it was at an early age that I found my passion for hip hop and jazz. I believe when I was 4 or 5 years old, I remember my uncle, who would always used to put in, hip hop and rap from the 80s and 90s. And so I sort of have that background, of listening to some of the rap from that era. And when I was about, I would say in fourth grade, I was introduced to jazz in a combo format. And ever since then, I was very hooked to one aspect of jazz, improvisation. And, later on in the years, going through high school and really in college is where I started to to really explore the hip hop elements and jazz elements and improvisation. And I believe, the early sort of disco funk era, and, with combined with the improvisation of, very early jazz from Louis Armstrong to, guys like Roy Hargrove and Joshua Redman right now, having all of those sort of connect has really given me the insight and motivation and inspiration to continue to thrive and write music for DDAT. Some of our band's biggest influences are people like Beck, Nikki Costa. Let's see, there's Trombone Shorty and the New Orleans Avenue, Big Sam's Funky Nation. There's a lot of people, Galactic. Many of them are, some are very pop, rock, even Guru, Jazzmatazz. A lot of these guys sort of play in the area that I believe our music kind of falls. And there's a huge New Orleans influence within our music as well. And I believe it's it's mainly the jazz and improvisation aspect that we have. It's almost like party music. And Nicholas Lucero, who is our drummer, he loves funk and Latin. That's sort of his area that he the area he loves. Mike McLuhan, our bass player, he really loves the people from the like the Grateful Dead, jam band, that kind of thing, sort of some rock and roll. And so those are the influences he really brings to DDAT. And myself, I like I said, I really love improvisation, and just also a little bit of hip hop background, but not as much as our MC, our frontman, Defy, Christopher, Mike Bidta. I know he was into hip hop at a very early age, and the culture. I know he used to play drums and also breakdance, and within that he sort of got into freestyling rap. And so, from the very beginning, when we were very young, we already started to sort of form this unique collaboration of music. And later on, we would, meet. 2013, the Delbert Anderson trio was formed, which was, Mike, Nick, and I. We were basically playing jazz standards first. And the first week, after the fifth or sixth day, we knew it wasn't going to work because we'd, just sound like any other jazz combo. But we had a unique instrumentation, and our instrumentation lends ourselves to collaborate with almost anyone. And so, it was 2 years later, 2015, we played a festival, and we met, and we have heard of Defy before, and we ran into him a few times, but we all thought it would be cool if he joined us on stage at this festival, and it was all improvisation, and everything just really felt easy, and it connected very well, and the audience began to even think that we had a band, and so they were asking us if we have CDs or where are we playing next, and so it kind of just started to really roll on its own, and from that point on, we started composing songs with Chris, and just began to see what happens in the future, and immediately after that, I believe it was maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks later. That's when we received the top 10 honorable mention from NPR out of, I believe, like 6,400 entries. And so, we definitely had something. And we really reached into our personal likings of music. But one thing that I believe sets us apart is Defy and I's, Native American heritage. I began to really study, the Navajo music, early Navajo music, and I found a few cassette tapes from the 1920s that were entitled Navajo spinning songs. And, spinning songs are basically, songs that sort of teach, manners and teach certain things, but they're also very, fun and communicative. When a spinning song comes up, it's important for the male to ask the woman to dance nicely and that thing, and there's certain ways that dance would happen as well, and it's sort of a communication kind of, it brings everyone together. So I was studying these songs and began to the melodies that stood out. I would take those melodies and sort of put them into this DDAT sound that we had. And remember, like Nick, he plays this really funky Latin type drums, and with the jam band bass behind that, it started to take a really unique form. And once we have all of these things in place, Defy would come in and rap over these things. And sometimes we would even match, melodies and rhythms especially. And that is the DDAT sound. It is really unique. We haven't really heard anything close to it anywhere. So it's kind of on its own, and we like to call it a Dene jazz rap. And Dene is just another word of saying Navajo. So it's really Latin and Latin funk with sort of a jam bass with Native American melodies, and that's what creates our sound and our music. And so it came together a little bit of both naturally, and it came together with some thinking and some studying and some effort. One thing is I am not totally traditional, but I have grandparents who were, and who definitely taught me how those things operated. And I remember my grandfather even singing some melodies, and some of which I wrote down, and we play a song called a Song for My Grandfather, kind of a takeoff of Song for My Father, the jazz standard, but it's definitely it's different. And a lot of these melodies are minor pentatonic, and so you can kind of hear that in a lot of the earlier and sort of tunes of DDAT.